Hey guys, my name is Courtney and welcome to Jump Seat Diaries. I'm a flight attendant with Southwest Airlines and I'm here to give you guys tips and tricks and a peek into what it's like to be a flight attendant. So I first want to start this video off by saying congratulations to those of you guys who were able to submit your application. As you guys know, Southwest opened their flight attendant applications today, January 26th or June 26th. So if you had an opportunity to submit your application, congratulations, you are already one step closer to being a flight attendant. With that said, I have received a lot of different questions regarding the application process and just random things about being a flight attendant. So what I want to do is I want to start creating videos answering those questions for you guys, because I figure if one person asks, there's probably going to be other people out there that also have questions. So the question that I am addressing today is somebody asked me, how do they pick bases and what bases are open? So I wanted to go ahead and I want to answer that question. So first I'll start off by saying Southwest has 12 bases that are located all over the United States. I will go ahead and I will post the 12 bases up here on the screen so that you guys can take a look at them. Now, how base selection works is on the very first week of training, you will put in a bid request for which base that you want. Now, what they tell you is to bid your wildest dream. So wherever your heart desires, regardless to what anybody says about this base is closed, you'll never get in, ignore everybody, okay? If you want that base as your top choice, put it number one on your list. How it works is the company will actively try every single month to move you up to the base that you want. So right out of training, you may not get your first choice. You may get your second, third, or even fourth choice. But going forward after that, you do not have to touch your list again. Every single month, the company will look at the numbers and look at your guys' list, and they will move flight attendants up to their number one choice as they can, as the spaces open up. The other thing is, the one cool thing that I love about Southwest is after your 30 days of working your line, we have the ability to pick up out of base. So what that means is a lot of times after 30 days, people will trade their entire board, or they will pay somebody to take their line and then they will pick up out of base. We see base swaps all the time because somebody may have gotten a base that they didn't want that just happened to be your dream choice. So oftentimes in our WhatsApp groups or our Facebook groups, you'll see all the time somebody saying, does anybody have a Denver line that they want to swap for Chicago? And those two people will get together and they will swap their entire bid line for that entire month. So that's one of the perks. So what I always tell people is, if you get into a base that you don't want, don't set up home there. Like, unless you're just like, okay, cool, I'm gonna stay here. Don't set up home there, because after 30 days, you have the ability to work out of that base if you can find somebody to trade with, okay? Another option is you can also sell all of your trips and then you can pick up individual trips. And the cool thing is, people usually put money on those trips. So you see it all the time. Take my 3-day block and I'll give you $250. Now, I've seen the rates go from $250 to $300. During 4th of July, I saw some people selling their 3-day blocks for $400 and $500. I've heard during Christmas, they can go as high as $1,000. So it can get pricey, but keep in mind, somebody might be willing to sell you yours. So if you have to pay somebody to take yours, you may be able to at least break even. Now, the amount that you're getting, that's above and beyond what you would actually be getting for actually flying that line, okay? That money is handled between you and the individual. Southwest is not involved in that. And it's also under the table. So you either pay Zelle, Cash App, PayPal, however you guys decide to work it out, that's between you guys, okay? So after you pick your base assignments, usually you will get your base assignment like by the middle of the second week or by the third week. Okay, so then you will know what you got, and then after that, you're good to go and you can make your plans. Okay. The one thing I want to say to keep in mind, because sometimes it happened in our class, is let's say you got assigned Phoenix as your base, your very first trip out of training may be out of another base. So keep that in mind. It happened to about 3 or 4 people in our class, and we were all like, whoa, wait a minute, you got assigned Phoenix. Why is your first trip out of BWI? So keep that in mind, because that's a possibility. But what I did want to say is every single month, Southwest sends out what we call a vacancy list that tells flight attendants exactly what bases are open. Now, with that said, your girl is still on probation, and I don't know if this is proprietary or not, so I'm not going to give you exact numbers, but what we're going to do is a scale of 1 to 5. 1 meaning not a chance in hell you're going to get in, or I will tell you the base is closed, or a 5 meaning you have a really good chance. Okay, so let's go down the list. Atlanta, it's actually negative numbers, not a chance in hell you're going to get in that base. But if it's your first choice, bid it anyway. BNA, which is Nashville. Out of the list, it is tied as the most open base with another base. So if you want Nashville, chances are you would get it. BWI, negative numbers, not a chance. Dallas, on a scale of 1 to 5, I'd say it's about a 2. Denver, on a scale of 1 to 5, I would say it's a 2. Houston is negative numbers, meaning it's closed, you will not get in. Las Vegas, also closed. LAX is tied with Nashville, very high number, good chance of getting in. Orlando, closed, 0. MDW, Midway is about, on a scale of 1 to 5 of getting in, I'd say it's about a 4. Oakland is closed, Phoenix is closed, okay? Now, with that said, this is the August vacancy bid. If you just submitted your application for Southwest, you're not even gonna be even ready to bid probably for another 12 weeks. These vacancies change every single month. Like, for example, in the class before me, everybody went to Las Vegas. My class, Las Vegas was closed, and now it's closed again. Phoenix was a senior base for years. People from my class got to go to Phoenix. People before my class went to Phoenix, and then it's been closed ever since. The only base that has been consistently closed with not very many openings has been Atlanta for years, and Orlando is also another base that does not seem to have many openings ever. But again, if those are your first choices, bid them, and it may take you 6 months, it may take you a year, it may take you 5 years, but then you'll at least be on the list, and it goes by seniority. So the sooner you select it as your base, the sooner you have an opportunity to get in there. As long as you do not change that, then you will stay high on the seniority list as far as people who want to transfer in there. And like I said, the company will actively work every single month to move you closer and closer to the base that you want. If you guys have not already subscribed to this channel, please make sure to hit that subscribe button, and also be sure to turn on the notifications so that you get updated every time I post a new video. I will be making videos every single week, responding to questions that you guys have. So if you have questions, go ahead and head over to my Instagram or my TikTok page and send me a message with your question, and I will create a video to answer those questions. Or you can leave a comment down below with your email address, and I will go ahead and I will make a video as well. If you guys have any questions at all, please feel free to reach out to me. Also, if you got to submit your application, leave me a comment down below and let me know that your application got in. Just say something like submitted and then a little happy face or something. Also, if you get invited to the virtual interview, let me know that too as well. I will be making some content on how to prepare for a virtual interview so that you guys can be all set for when that time rolls around. Thank you guys so much for checking out my videos. Again, if you're not already subscribed, please go ahead and do that because you do not want to miss a video. Can't wait to see you guys in the skies and share a jump seat with you. Until then, see you next time.